All right. I got chills.
How sweet it is. The Gonzaga men and women are in the Sweet 16, and our coverage continues this morning.
Good morning from the Wake Up Show, and we are every angle of basketball covered for you this morning. This is what it looks like during the ticket to the Sweet 16. Both the GU men and women advancing, and it was a party all along the West Coast.
Right. Take a look at the celebration. The GU men raced off the floor. Gonzaga's Eric McClellan break dances for fans. And even head coach Mark Few got in on the action with a cartwheel.
Yeah, he nailed that handstand in the locker room there. And the Zags back home. They got in late last night. Their next stop, Houston, to take on UCLA.
And again, this morning, we have live team coverage. It's across the Northwest. Patrick Erickson and SWX's Lindsay Joy, they are in Portland, or excuse me, they're in Corvallis this morning, covering all things GU women. And
the game last night, they were the underdog, and they came out on top. A great performance from the women. The first time in school history, both the men and women are in the Sweet 16 at the same time. And the last time that the GU men made it to the Sweet 16, that was back in 2009. But they're going again this year. And Matt Rogers is in Seattle with more from fans and their reaction at the final buzzer. But we begin with SWX's Sam Adams live in Seattle. Highlights of Gonzaga's game last night against Iowa. And Sam, just a gritty, tough team that refuses to lose.
A gritty, tough team, but I'll tell you what the story of this ball game was last night. That first half offensive efficiency. In my time here, I've never seen anyone shoot the ball like Gonzaga did last night in their 87-68 win against Iowa. The first half, we saw 62% shooting from the floor. By my calculations, Gonzaga made 11 of its first 15 shots. That's a 73% clip. They were, well, to quote the guy from NBA Jam, on fire. We had a chance to talk to the team after the game about that first half flurry and fantastic finish.
We just came out aggressive, man. We came out with an edge, and you know, we were able to get really good looks, and you know, guys like Kev and Kyle, they got going quick, and Shim, you know, he made really good post moves and good passes, and then we were flying around on defense, man, and you know, we've been known as an offensive team, but when we're playing defense like that and we're flying around covering for one another and communicating, it's hard for us to get beat.
We knew that we're gonna try to go inside from the tip, you know, and I thought we did a good job, especially in the first half, doing that. And you know, Kyle, Gary, and Kevin did a perfect job shooting from the outside, first and the second half.
You heard Shimmick talking about Kyle Wilcher. He now, through the first two games of the NCAA tournament, his first with Gonzaga, 18 of 24 from the floor, which means, folks, he has missed 6 shots. That's it. For more now on the Zags, I want to be the first to wish Matt Rogers a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Matt, and I think it's a Sweet 16, isn't it?
Oh, thank you, Sam. Yeah, that was quite a long time ago, my Sweet 16, Sam Adams, but thank you very much. I appreciate that. Down here in front of Pike's Place Market, where, you know, it'll be business as usual here. I mean, the show and the work goes on here each and every day. You know, Gonzaga wishes that the show would continue here in Seattle, now 5-1 all time in the NCAA tournament at Key Arena. But when the final buzzer sounded and the fans began streaming out, as you can imagine, there were a lot of smiles and a lot of hoarse voices. In fact, I think my ears are still ringing. Take a look.
Oh man, we looked amazing. Sabonis, Pangos, Wilcher. Man, UCLA better watch out.
They played well. They played very, very well. Much better than they played Friday.
We got a great shot to win it all this year. Go Zags.
I'm super excited. I'm going to go to Houston. So.
Do Mom and Dad know that?
Oh, yeah. We do.
Oh, that's news to us. See you. Huh? Houston on Friday.
20-point win. Best game we've seen all year out of them. Yeah. Really good. From the beginning to the end. Great game.
We'll be playing Kentucky in a couple weeks. You won.
So the Bulldogs, of course, back home now in Spokane as they get ready to head to Houston. As for the fans, I know a lot of them actually that I spoke with were going back to Spokane last night. Of course, many also staying here in Seattle at least one more night. We'll probably be packing it up like we are and driving or flying back to Spokane today. It's been a great time here in Seattle. We'll have much more from the fans, several different angles of last night's victory from their perspective coming up throughout the remainder of the program. Now let's send things down to Corvallis, Oregon, where Patrick Erickson, Lindsey Joy have the Gonzaga women fans and team covered. Guys, I'll send it to you.
Well, good morning, Matt. Yeah, you smell that? It smells like history, not only up in the city of Seattle, but down here in Corvallis. We have a lot of Zags this morning that I think are still dancing.
Yeah, and one Zag who was definitely dancing last night, Lisa Fortier. So, the men's game ended first. Mark Few does his handstand. Kyle Wilcher tweets it. So then when Lisa Fortier came off the podium a little bit after that, I said, will you do a handstand for us? Mark Few did a handstand, will you? I didn't think she would do it, and she did, and it was great. I mean, she used the wall. But, good form there. She stayed up for a little bit. She then said, I can't do the whole interview this way. So, she came down, she said, let's go. But, I mean, just absolute excitement for the first-year head coach taking her team to the NCAA tournament. And that is one of the reasons this team was an underdog this year. They lost Kelly Graves to Oregon. People kind of questioned, even with her being on the staff all those years, will there be a drop-off? Well, I think in the Sweet 16 now, we have our answer. Gonzaga has sort of been an underdog all year because of that, because of their new head coach, but they won the WCC. They played so well throughout the conference. They, of course, were favored in most of those WCC games, and then they come to the NCAA tournament. They barely get in, and they were a huge underdog in this game over Oregon State, but with this win, making that statement that they are the underdog no more.
Of course, as a coach, I'm trying to play it up as much as I can because we've got to find a way to win somehow. But I think that they actually truly mean it. I think when you come to Gonzaga, you assume that you're going to be the underdog, and we all embrace that pretty well. But we know that it doesn't matter if you're the underdog if you don't play hard and play well.
I think getting the underdog name just kind of gives us fuel to prove that we really, going one day not knowing if we're going to even go to the tournament to now going to the Sweet 16, it's all just fuel to the fire, and I think we're finally proving that we did deserve to be here.
And important to note, Gonzaga is, of course, an 11 seed in this year's NCAA tournament. In 2012, they were also an 11 seed when they made the Sweet 16. The year before that, in 2011, they were an 11 seed as well, and they made it all the way to the Elite Eight.
Well, yesterday, a lot of excitement here at Gill Coliseum. Most of that excitement was wearing black and orange, all Oregon State fans, of course, having a chance to have this home game here on their own campus. Now, as you take a look at some video I shot after the game, well, all of that excitement drained, absolutely stunned Oregon State fans leaving the Coliseum here. I had a chance to talk to some of them afterwards, or as they were leaving, most of them telling me, well, they didn't want to talk. I could tell something good had happened for Gonzaga at that point because none of them really wanted to talk about what was going on inside the Coliseum. But I was able to grab a few Gonzaga fans as they were leaving, and it was the exact opposite. The excitement knowing that they are going to be going home and they're going to be playing in the Sweet 16.
Oh, that was so exciting. They deserved every minute of it. It was insane. I mean, we just came in and stunned them. I mean, it was so loud, all this orange everywhere, and then all of a sudden just silence. It was pretty awesome to experience.
So exciting. I lost my breath a few times, cried my eyes out when they won, came all the way from Detroit, but well worth it.
Yeah, it was an awesome game. Can you believe that? And I mean, they just played their hearts out. And that Tinkle girl, 31, she is a tough gal. She had an awesome defense game. It was a good game.
The second game this season that they're underdogs and pulled through again. So,
yeah. So
a lot of fun.
How fun?
It was like electric. Like I cheered up at the end. Like it was super emotional. All the seniors coming off the court, they were super excited. Everybody was like crying. It was amazing.
Well, not only the fans, but also the team, I think, really embracing this underdog thing that seems to be going pretty well for them.
And their reward for winning this huge game, they get to go back to Spokane, playing in the Sweet 16 at the Spokane Arena. That game will be on Friday. We'll find out who they're going to play today. Sean and Kalai.
All right, very good. And yeah, it smells like history down there. Nice line, Patrick. Very good.
Love it. It's fun.
Okay, well, the GU women are playing in the Sweet 16. You may have heard, but they're playing right here at home in Spokane.
Let's set the stage for you. Tickets to the game at Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena now available. Get them while they last.
Right. The number 11 seed GU women are going to play Saturday, March 28th. They're going to take on either Tennessee or Pittsburgh. Ticket prices start at $35 for all session.
Tickets are available at ticketwest.com. For that link and more information on seeing the women play here at home, go to khq.com and click on the Find It bar.